Good day, class.
Good morning, ma'am.
How are you guys doing? I hear that you're all fine. By the way, I am Marianne B. Diaz, or you can call me Teacher Marianne, and I will be your teacher in Bed and Pastry. So, for now, may I call Miss Malu to lead the prayer? Amen. Alright, before we begin with our class, I wanted to know this for our online class. First, prior 2 minutes before our class time, meaning those 2 minutes is for you to join to our virtual meeting. Second, listen when your teacher is talking. Then, third, be participative because this is for your performance also. Fourth, raise your hand button if you want to answer to avoid chorus. And 5, lastly, always be safe and healthy, physically and mentally. Do you understand our rules?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So now, we proceed to your attendance. Say present if you're called. Malu Maige,
And ma'am.
Jelly de Mesa,
Ma'am.
Jenny de Mesa.
Yes, ma'am.
No one is absent today. Okay, before we start our new discussion, let us recall our previous topic, and I hope you still remember our topic last week. Anyone who wants to answer? Jenny, you're being recognized. What was our last discussion?
Lesson that we tackled last time was the history of bread and pastry.
Very good, Jenny. Anyone who can briefly explain the history of bread and pastry?
According to history, the earliest bread was made in around 8000 BC in the Middle East, specifically Egypt. The quern was the first known grinding tool. Grain was crushed, and the bakers produced what we now commonly recognize in its closest form as chapatis, India, or tortillas in Mexico.
Very good, Jelly. That's right. Moving on to our new topic, I have here a word hunt puzzle picture where you have to find at least one word according to the given picture clues.
Bye, ma'am.
Very good. Yes,
Ma'am.
that's right, Malu.
Yes, ma'am.
Another.
Bread, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And what do you think, class, are those mentioned words?
Baked products, ma'am.
Thank you, Malu, for answering. Now, types, kinds, and classification of bakery products. Are you guys familiar with this word bakery products?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What word that comes into your mind if you had heard this word?
Bread, ma'am.
Excellent. So now, let's get deeper to know the types, kinds, and classification of bakery products. Are you ready, class? Okay. Bread is one of the most popular and best-sold baked products. Not only in our countries as well, many countries have bread in their staple food. There are different kinds of bread. Whatever kind of bread is eaten, people remember for its quality. It's by main training, good quality that popular bakers or bread houses keep their customers. So, bread is one of the types of bakery products. And under of bread, there are two kinds of dough in baking bread. First is the lean dough. The basic ingredients for bread, which include flour, yeast, salt, a little sugar, and shortening, make up the lean dough. This lean dough is made up to pandesal, pan americano, French bread, and other crusty bread varieties. Then the second one are the rich dough. From its own word, rich, aside from the basic ingredients for bread, rich dough has butter, nuts, fruits, eggs, and condiments. Milk is often used too. This dough is used in making rolls, coffee cakes, and the sweet bread varieties. So from its own word, rich, unlike from the lean dough, this rich dough has many ingredients. Let's jump to the methods of mixing dough. First is the straight dough method. This method combines all the ingredients together at one time to make the dough. The dough is kneaded and set aside to rise. So this is a only one procedure. That's why it's called straight dough method. Second is the sponge dough method. This method uses part of the liquid, flour, and all of the yeast to make a soft mixture which is set aside to rise until bubbly. Then, the remaining ingredients are added and the mixture is treated as sponge dough. So this sponge dough method is a two-way process which the dry and the liquid ingredients will combine. Last is the no-knead dough method. It is a method of baking. It is a method of bread baking that uses a very long fermentation or the rising time instead of kneading to form gluten strands that gives the bread its texture. It is characterized by a low yeast content and a very wet bread. Cookies are always popular. They are really little cakes, flat, sweet, and small. They can be made in a variety of shapes and flavors and can serve in just as many different ways. I know that you're all familiar with these cookies types. The first one is the drop cookies. Irregular and uneven shape, they are made simply by dropping the cookie batter from a teaspoon to a baking sheet to get the popular tongue-shaped cookies. The cookie is done when its surface is delicately brown and the imprint of a finger will show slightly. The second one are the rolled cookies. It is made from dough which keep been rolled out and cut with cutters to form shapes and fit special occasion such as Christmas, Valentine's Day, and Easter. So I think it is one of the most popular cookies. Next are the pressed cookies. It is formed with cookie press, made with more batter which makes the finished product richer in taste than the other types of cookies. They are made by pressing the mixture out of a cookie presser or pastry tube and onto the baking sheet. At the same time, forming it into varied shapes like rings or ribbons. From the word press, it is the cookie that is being pressed. One are the cookie bar. It is made by spreading the dough on a pan, then baking and cutting it into pieces. Either a sponge or butter cake mixture is used. The baked product is then cut into squares or bars. For special touches, it is advisable to slightly dust cookies with confectioner's sugar before cutting. Bar cookies with creamy icing also makes an elegant dessert. Yeah. Next is the molded cookies, are those which are formed into desired shapes with the hands. To make them, the dough is rolled into balls the size of a 50 centavo coin. They are then placed about 8 centimeters apart on a lightly greased baking and flattened before baking. For special touches, the dough can be flattened upward in a crisscross pattern or a hollow can be formed at the center of each ball of dough with a thumb or a spoon and filled with jelly or other favorite filling. And the last cookies are the refrigerated one. It is so named because the dough must be chilled in the refrigerator before baking. It is a mixture quite rich in fat. To make the cookies, the dough is molded into smooth, long rolls wrapped in a wax paper or aluminum foil and chilled until it is firm enough to be sliced easily. It should be sliced with a sharp knife to ensure neat edges. The dough may be stored in the refrigerator for several days and the cookies bake as needed. And that's the end of our discussion. So now let me see if you learned some. I have here 10 statements and you will just say A if you agree on the statement and DA if you disagree, okay? Very good, class. Now that you're aware and knowledgeable enough about this topic, why do you think that you should be aware to know about these things about bakery products? What is the reason? Answer, class? Yes, especially for every occasion. Like, if it is not necessary if it's the occasion was a birthday party, Yet bread are only being served and not a cake. How about you guys? What kind of bakery products you usually buy?
Different
Good!
bakery
Another
products
question.
that
How
we
can you
wanted
apply
to
what you
both
have learned
bake
today in your
and
daily life?
serve.
Malu. Okay, good. Get a piece of paper and identify and classify
Bakery
the types,
products,
kinds, and
familiarize
classification
with
of
it,
bakery
and
products.
later on try
I
to
will,
make
I
some.
will only give you a 5 minutes to finish your task. Time is up. Send your answer to my account on Messenger. And for your assignment class, I will send a video presentation to our GC. Watch it and make an essay from what you've learned and send it to our Google Classroom. Okay? No more question, class? Recommendations? Clarifications or any objections? Okay, that's all for today. See you at our next meeting. Thank you for listening. Have a great day ahead and goodbye, everyone.